Eavesdrop what the stars are saying, earthly tether, slowly fraying, floating helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
It's Sally. She's fast asleep. To be fair, it is 4 in the morning. I agreed to stay awake and see if anyone shows up. So far, nothing. It's some book Sally's been reading. She insisted that we bring it with us, although I'm not sure why. Texts of the Helmsman by J.D. Werman. Looks like Sally's read through it a couple of times already. I wonder what's so interesting about it. There's nothing written on the barrels. I'm sure they were once filled with some kind of wonderful, unsanctioned local ale. It's the case file, the reason we're here. It was left for us right here on the bar. Captain Seafoam. As far as I know, that's who hired us, and who left the case file here in the inn. But But where are they now? Where's anyone? Sally, what do you think? Great contribution. I thought I heard something outside. Hello? Sally, wake up. We have to go.
Why?
Because there's an eerie green light trying to lure us outside.
Oh, that's a pretty good reason. I'll get up.
It's the stone top emblem, I guess. Looks like a snowman.
It's not... Why would it be a snowman?
Alright then, what is it?
I think it's 3 stones stacked on top of each other.
Oh, that actually does make more sense. A large stone statue on top of a fountain.
It looks like a fisherman wrestling with some kind of dragon.
It says right here, the silkworm serpent.
It can't be a serpent. It has legs.
Right?
Another abandoned building. Mr. Grip's Emporium.
What do you think they sell?
Currently? Nothing.
There's something in the water.
What is it?
I don't know. But whatever it is the source of the green light. Is that?
A submarine. I think I can see someone standing on the deck.
Maybe we should go take a look. An old wooden boy with a face.
This is where the green light was coming from. I noticed it started to fade as soon as we stepped onto the deck.
So it's a boy that doubles as a lighthouse?
The opposite, really. A lighthouse warns you to stay away. But this thing lured us in.
There's nobody here.
The door's open, though. Somebody must have opened it after the submarine surfaced.
Does that constitute an invitation? Ready, Sally? What did you say?
Huh?
I didn't understand what you said.
I didn't say anything.
Oh. Weird.
Are you okay?
Yeah. What's at the bottom of the ladder?
I can't see. It's pitch black.
Should we go back up?
Wait, I think there's a lever. Whoa.
What is that? This is the lever you pulled?
Yeah, so leave it alone. I don't want it to go dark again.
A glass of wine.
Ominously left half finished.
Maybe the wine was corked.
Ominously corked. It's like an old-fashioned drawing room.
I don't see any drawings.
It's short for withdrawing, as in you withdraw there after dinner.
I actually never knew that.
I cleaned the couch.
What?
If we end up having to stay the night.
Sally, we are not staying overnight on the murder submarine.
But I brought my toothbrush.
I think this door leads into the control room.
I want to go into the control room.
Well, you can't. It's locked. It's taped up on the other side of the door.
You don't need to come in here. The crime scene is one floor down at the very back of the submarine. Captain Seafoam.
Thanks for the directions, I guess.
Do you get the sense that the captain is hiding from us?
Why would they do that?
This looks like dead coral.
Is coral ever alive?
Coral are marine animals, dude.
What?
Pufferfish lamp.
A timeless classic.
A wooden chandelier.
Wait, are these windows or lights?
Both. It's a good idea, since you'd never get any natural light down here.
It's a big metal statue of a serpent.
There's a cabinet built into it, but I think it's locked. Got it.
Nice work.
The little cabinet opened.
Anything in there? A picture of a fish.
Delightful.
Someone's taped a drawing to the wall, although it's upside down for some reason.
I think it's supposed to be a poster.
looks like it came from the wound in Mortuga's neck. It runs straight down the room towards the back of the submarine.
No, it doesn't. Not immediately. It pulls out first, then changes its mind. There's a little broken bottle on the floor.
I'm guessing Mortuga dropped this when he died. The stool's been knocked over.
Doesn't it look familiar to you?
Sally, it's a standard wooden stool. I don't...
It looks exactly like the bar stools in the Stone Top Inn.
Someone's hung up a banner with the words Illusion Theater painted on it. What's the illusion, I wonder?
You know, I think this room's had some kind of rebranding.
Rebranding from what? What was it before?
Possibly nothing. A small room like this wouldn't normally have a name at all. There's a cloth hanging up on the wall.
Someone's hung up a banner with the words, what's the illusion, I wonder?
You know,
Rebranding.
possibly a small room like this wouldn't...
This is the cauldron?
Not quite what I was expecting.
The case file said it had never been unlocked before. So, this is where Magnus Mortuga died. It's just like the case file said. He landed on his back with the cauldron at his feet.
He was killed by getting cut across the neck, right?
Yeah, you can see that's where the blood came from.
But there's no weapon, no knife or anything.
Nothing.
This place gives me the creeps. That cauldron especially. I keep staring into it like I'm going to see something, but it really does seem to be empty.
To quote from the case file, Mortuga had locked himself in the room. It was later forced open, and the body was discovered.
So Mortuga was alone in a locked room. A very small locked room. There really isn't anywhere for a murderer to hide.
I'm not so sure. I think there is a hiding place.
split for recording, it was impacting the stream because the stream is only using the first audio channel, and so my voice was cut out of it effectively. Oops. YouTube is still silent? I might have to stop the stream and start it again in order for it to go through. Let me just try. Oh wait, you see it now? Is it playing now? It cuts in and out on YouTube. What? That doesn't make much sense. I'm just gonna try stopping the stream and starting it again and see if that makes a difference. Let's see if this is any better. I'm gonna take a look here. So it looks like it should be streaming now. So let's see how the audio is. I'll test this here. Okay, so definitely hear it on purple. Let me see if I can hear it on red. Okay. I think it's good now. I think it's playing on both sides now. YOLO, is it fine on YouTube now? It seems like it is when I'm listening. Okay. Hey, Cozy Toast, what's up? Sorry, we had to fix some audio issues. I don't even realize that the mic wasn't going through until YOLO let me know here. But okay, so basically we're just playing the Mermaid Mask. It's a murder mystery. We just started. So Captain Magnus Mortuga was killed on his submarine. We gotta figure out what's going on here. Okay, so the cauldron unlocked. Wait, oh wait, no. So Mortuga unlocked the cauldron and was killed by what was inside. I think that's what happened, because he was standing next to the cauldron. His body's next to the cauldron. There's scratch marks in it. And then he was cut on his neck, like his throat. So presumably he looked inside, and whatever was there, scratching up the inside of the surface, scratched him, and then he fell back dead. Probably.
Magnus Mortuga unlocked the cauldron and was killed by what was inside.
I really don't think a person would fit in that cauldron. And didn't they say it had never been unlocked before? If that's true, there couldn't have been anyone in there.
Right, I agree. I don't think it was a person.
Then what?
I don't know. But you have to wonder why it was kept locked in the first place. I'm guessing there was something pretty bad in there.
Look, Mortuga died from a cut across his neck, not from some vague paranormal entity. Unless you're suggesting it was a vague paranormal entity with a knife?
Did you get a good look at the inside of the cauldron? There was something I noticed.
The scratch marks. The scratches inside the cauldron. So presumably it was either an object or a creature, because a human couldn't fit. But we don't know which.
There's a wooden panel on the wall here.
Can you see anything through that little hole?
No, it's too dark.
I wonder if we can explore the rest of the submarine now. Okay. It's like we're allowed to leave. Child's room. Interesting. I didn't know they had children on this submarine to begin with.
It's a magic vanishing cabinet.
I think it's just a wardrobe. Let's take a look inside. Oh, it's empty.
Vanished.
Okay, Sally.
Now, I heard if you cut a starfish in half, both halves regenerate into a new starfish.
Yeah, I can do that too.
I don't think so, Sally.
Also, they have no brain and no blood.
Yep, ditto.
Checks out. Oh, just kidding. She's very smart.
It's a wooden chest.
What's all this stuff on the top?
Well, let's see. Looks like some images, cards, I guess. Drag the 6 cards and 4 glass lenses into the correct arrangement. Okay, so we're zooming in on these cards, which means there's 4 identifiable elements. The first thing standing out to me is that heads become pretty circular. Wait, this one's missing a head, so maybe we have to like put the head on to it. Oh, I think maybe I see what's going on. Maybe it's gonna make a big picture, but it'll only look right with the magnifying glasses in the right spot. Wait, what the? These cards are identical? Okay, let me just read the text. Let's see what this actually says. Jennifer and Margaret gaze jealously at Patricia, whose doll is neither too large nor too small. Oh, okay, so for starters, we've got 3 girls. Patricia's the one in the center, and then we've got Jennifer and Margaret on the sides. One of them has to have one that's too small, and then one needs to have one that's too big. So, these. And then it also said that they were glaring at her. They gaze jealously. So maybe on their eyes. Like on their face somehow, right? To like show that they're looking at her. So if I zoom in the eye that's looking in her direction on both of them, and then I give one that's too small and one that's too big, will that solve it?
Nope.
First
No?
things first, we need to make sense of that clue written on the box.
Right. Surely it's the key to knowing where to put everything else.
Okay. So the eye thing is probably what was wrong, unless I chose the wrong glasses. Because this one, the too small, is obviously right, but and out of these other ones, 2 of them just distort, and then one actually amplifies or zooms it in. I wonder if I had it too low on the doll. Maybe I just needed it higher up. But I feel like the eye thing makes sense. Am I crazy?
That's not it.
So, the 6 cards can be put in pairs to make then the glass lenses change and warp those images.
Right, I got that far. I understand that. I just don't know what to do with the last 2. I'll try just centering it on their heads a little more. Or is it supposed to be on... There's no reason why it would be on her, though. On Patricia. Because, yeah, Jennifer and Margaret gaze jealously at Patricia, whose doll is neither too large nor too small. So that only tells us what to do with the dolls. Which is why I thought the eyes made sense.
Nothing.
2 of the lenses use magnification to make things larger or smaller.
Yeah, we got that.
And the other 2 use a kind of fisheye effect, which bends the images.
It sounds like they're trying to say exactly what I'm saying. Oh wait, I did it backwards. I get it. Because I was trying to make the eye towards her bigger as like an artistic thing, I guess. But what is really happening here is it makes it look like it's changing the direction of the face. So I had it backwards. So this will change it so that they're looking actually towards her. That's kind of cool. I like that. That was a fun puzzle.
Nice.
It opened.
What's in there?
An eyeball. Oh, lovely. Strange glass eye found in the child's room. It smelled musty and unpleasant. I don't like that there's an eyeball in here. I don't like that there's an eyeball like this anywhere, in fact.
It's a seahorse rocking horse. Oh, can I ride it?
I don't know. Are you a small Victorian child?
Yes.
Yes.
An eerie painting of a girl standing in the woods. It is just a painting, right?
Sure. Maybe. No. Maybe.
A page ripped out of a newspaper.
Lady of the Looking Glass enchants audience. The young illusionist who goes by Symmetry Silk Moth because, well, why not, begins the show with her signature act, in which she somehow holds parlance with her own reflection in a large antique mirror. The two symmetries, who seem to move independently of one another, speak upon their morbid anxieties and intrusive thoughts, which, it transpires, form the themes of the show at large. Even though I have my theories about how the trick is achieved, to a less cynical eye, it would present a thoroughly convincing spectacle. The mysterious Miss Silk Moth rounds off her performance with a surprisingly comedic set piece in which she attempts to communicate with her departed Uncle Gregory, and who appears as an apparition within a crystal ball. However, it doesn't go to plan, and the audience laughs as Symmetry is put on hold in her disastrous attempt to telephone the afterlife. Overall, the show is a triumph, a brush with mysticism that stays with you long after the final bow. Okay. 3 a.m., the witching hour, and the moon is out. Dearest Selena creaks into port. Its once cheerful frame now seems burdened, heavy. It has a secret. A moment passes. What's this? Something is hauled up onto the slime-slick rocks besides the old Silkworm Harbor. A body, a creature. Its eyes are closed. No, wait. Look again. It has no eyes. A serpent of a sort. But it has arms, so a dragon? No, that doesn't seem right. Serpent it is, then. So, this is an actual newspaper saying that this girl found an actual sea serpent, which is very possible in this world. We've seen cryptids here before. So there probably is a serpent.
A walking stick, standing up by itself.
I think it's part of an illusion.
What illusion?
Invisible man, maybe?
I don't see it. It's a model submarine.
I think it's a doll's house.
Hey look, Sally, it's a giant dice.
Die.
What did I do?
I was gonna correct him too. What did I do?
Plastic cups.
For magic tricks?
Probably one of those ones where you put like a ball inside it upside down, shuffle them all around, and then suddenly it's disappeared.
Presumably.
Okay. I think we found what we need in here. At least for now. 3 of the rooms are locked, so we'll just explore the ones that we can and see what we find. Bunker room. Oh, hey look, we've actually found people. That's crazy. We haven't actually seen anyone. Now we finally have some suspects to talk to.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
It's going good, I think.
Awesome. Yeah. I'm Dirk, by the way. Who are you guys?
I'm Grimoire, and this is Sally.
Oh, cool. So you're the detectives?
Yeah, we're here to investigate the murder of Magnus Mortuga.
Oh, yeah, it's a major bummer, honestly. He was a pretty stand-up guy. I mean, sure, kind of an oddball, but like in a good way, I mean, he was
Dirk, you didn't tell us your surname.
Oh, right. Sorry. Dirk Dansom, actor. So, yeah, anyway, hi, and what can I do for you folks?
He's adorable. Can we keep him?
No, you'd forget to feed him.
I would, yeah.
I don't know if I'd call him adorable. I don't entirely think I like him. I don't actively dislike him, but I don't think I really like him either.
So, Dirk, you're an actor. What kind?
Oh, well, so for ages, I just did commercials, and then about a year ago, I finally got cast in a movie.
Nice. Anything I've seen?
Well, it's called Hex of the Helmsman. I played the helmsman.
Marcus Mordoom?
Oh, you've seen it?
That's
No,
the book.
bother with the book.
Oh man, the book is gnarly. I mean, I'm not usually one for reading, but I actually finished it. Yeah, the whole thing.
Congrats.
The author's a stand-up dude, too.
J.D. Warman. You know him?
Well, yeah, he's sitting right over there. You should go talk to him. Super friendly, loves meeting new people.
I bet.
Was your movie a success, Dirk?
Yeah, man, it's making megabucks.
Are you going to make a sequel?
Well, they want to move on that ASAP, but, we're not ready to start filming yet.
And what? You're taking your vacation on a submarine while you wait?
No, I'm just tagging along here with Werman. Yeah, he wanted to take a trip out here, and I figure, the more the merrier.
Okay. So the book that we saw Sally reading was turned into a movie, and this guy plays the lead actor, and the other guy is the actual author. So Sally should be ecstatic when we talk to the author, I feel like. She doesn't seem terribly excited about the movie, but I mean, can you really blame her? How often does a movie from a book really turn out that great?
What do you make of the Mortuga submarine?
Man, this place is wild. It's like something out of a weird old book. Nobody back home is gonna believe any of it.
How do you like living here?
Honestly, mixed bag. So I love meeting all the weirdos that ended up down here. All kinds of people I'd normally never rub shoulders with, But man, is it dark. I mean, there's no sun, no day, no night. You barely even feel the time passing. Listen, if you're not careful, it'll get you. No, for real.
You seem to be holding out.
Ha, well, thanks. So far so good.
How long has it been?
Werman and I arrived a couple of weeks ago. We're the most recent arrivals, aside from Mariana.
It's lucky they still had this room free. You ended up with pretty nice living quarters.
I guess. I never really thought about it.
Dirk, you're basically just a passenger, am I right? You don't have a job here on the submarine?
Well, I set myself personal goals.
Like what?
Like, I was trying to find out everyone's birthday. I got Cynthia's, Grip's, Tadpole's. Oh man, that one took some doing. Yeah, she does not like to share personal info, let me tell you. Mortuga, though? Brick wall, dude. He would not give me the goods.
So you killed him? Just kidding. All right. What were you doing on the night of the murder, Dirk?
I got woken up when the submarine did a weird kind of movement, like a sudden tilt. It woke Werman up too. So yeah, we were both sitting there, awake, not sure what's going on. At some point, I got curious what time it was, so I looked at my watch. But as I was looking at it, it freaked out. Oh, the hands moving all over, like they were trying to point in all directions at once, if that makes any sense. Anyway, I didn't have any more time to think about it since then we heard this scream. Yeah, Werman and I left our room, went through the mess hall and towards the storeroom at the end. It was unlocked. Sim was standing in the doorway. Mortuga was on the floor, totally dead. I tried to help Sim, pull her away. Werman, though, he just stood there, staring. Like, didn't look away once. It was like he was trying to commit it to memory or something. Although, I don't think he noticed the person outside.
Sorry, what?
Outside the submarine. Yeah, I saw someone swim down past the window. I couldn't tell who it was, though.
Okay. What did you do next?
I wasn't sure what to do, to be honest. Luckily, Tadpole showed up a short while later, and she kind of took charge. Grip and Cynthia showed up next, then Mariana, then Zephyr. Tadpole wanted to know what had happened, but nobody had any answers for her. It was bad vibes all around. Sim and Cynthia left first, then Werman, then me and Mariana. We left around the same time. So, yeah, I went back to my room. Werman was there already. He'd gone straight back to work. And, that's all I got. Can I stop talking now?
Yeah, no, that's plenty, Dirk. Thank you. That gave us a bit of information. So it was Sim who first discovered the body. But while Sim was there, along with the author and Dirk, someone swam across the outside, which means if that person really was suspicious, it was most likely someone who came into the room after Dirk, which means Sim, Dirk, and the author are slightly less likely to be the murderers now. That's like a positive tell for them. I mean, assuming Dirk's even telling the truth, right? He's the only one who saw it. Okay, so we've met Dirk and well, we didn't meet Magnus because obviously he's dead, but we've met Dirk and we know Magnus, so we can ask about these two. We'll ask him about Magnus Mortuga. All he said was that he's like a brick wall, so he's probably not going to know very much.
I heard the dude died because of a curse. Is that true?
No, there's no evidence of a curse.
Oh, still.
Did you get to know Mortuga before he died?
Man, I tried. Dude was not much for conversation. You know, I tried explaining how, you know, how I'm an actor playing a character that's kind of similar to him. Figured he'd be stoked.
Let me guess. He was not, in fact, stoked.
Actually, I tell a lie. There was one thing Mortuga wanted to talk to me about.
Oh, yeah?
He was super curious about contracts.
Like the legal documents.
Yeah, he wanted to know how they work. Like, how they can be used to make people do stuff or not do stuff.
Weird.
Okay. He wanted like some legal advice in order to manipulate people. Not a stellar sounding guy.
Dirk Dansom, 6'2", blonde, athletic, passionate, adaptable, amenable.
Okay, you're hired. Please stop.
And how long have you been an actor?
Oh man, I've been trying to break into it for like forever, but I was getting nowhere until Mr. Vanderpeer said he wanted to hire an unknown for his new project, Hex of the Helmsman. It's kind of a fantasy horror adventure. I play mysterious anti-hero Marcus Mordoom. He's pretty much the main guy.
So you went from getting no work to getting the lead in a big movie.
Crazy, right?
So you're rich and famous now?
Well, I mean, yeah, right? I mean, hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
I'm gonna assume that means he's not rich and famous now. Plus, Vanderpeer is kind of a selfish guy, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gave him a pretty bad contract. Okay, we can also ask him about any of the clues that we've discovered. So we can ask him about the newspaper page, glass eyeball, cauldron, cloth, etc. But for now, I kind of want to go and see if I can meet some other people before I go too deep into asking any of the suspects about every clue. So let's take a look at the author. Let's start a conversation, strike a conversation with him.
Sir, if you have a minute, I'm Detective Grimoire, and this is Sal.
Two detectives, one short, one tall. Tried and true.
Hey, I'm really not that much shorter than
But which of you is the funny one?
I'd say it goes back and forth.
You still haven't told us who you are.
The name's Werman. J.D. Werman.
He's an author.
Author, journalist, let's see, what else? Famous, successful, some kind of genius, even. Oh, sure, that's why I got myself trapped in the murderous submarine.
I know who you are, Mr. Werman. I've read your book.
Oh, joy, your fans. Of all the places.
I never said I liked the book. Maybe I hated it.
There's no way you hated it. The arcs are too tight. Each chapter leads to the next, beginning, middle, end, and bang, not a line wasted.
He seems awfully proud of himself. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back. So, we have started to get to know JD Werman. He's very proud of himself, a little bit arrogant. He really likes his writing. Let's ask him about himself. Let's see what else he has to say.
So, Mr. Werman, you're a famous author.
That's what they tell me.
How did you end up on the submarine?
I came of my own volition.
Why?
I wanted somewhere quiet to work on my next novel. Minimal distractions. Not saying it's worked, but
You're writing a sequel?
trying to. Trying to.
Hang on. A sequel to what?
Grimoire, are you not paying attention?
The Hex of the Hellman.
Ah, there she is. Benefactor and burden both.
Sally, how did you know to bring the book with you?
Because Mr. Warman's local to the area. It says so right here. Hailing from a small fishing town named Silkworm-on-Sea, J.D. Warman moved to the big city to write his first novel.
My publisher wrote that. It's quite true, but she made it sound so saccharine.
So you're from the town, you moved away, and then you came back.
Now, see, you've gone too far in the other direction. That's too utilitarian.
I get going back to your hometown for peace and quiet, but then to end up on the submarine.
How did you even find out about it? Did you already know Mortuga?
Oh, I knew of him. He's a figure of some infamy, submarine included. In fact, it was good to finally put a face to the name after all those years.
So I guess the submarine's been a sort of established thing for a while, even though it's a bit infamous. So I don't know why he wanted to be here if it's infamous. I don't understand what his purpose was.
So, how'd you like living on the Mortuga submarine?
I will say, as a writer, it's a boon to be aboard this thing. And the whole place is dripping with human narrative, stories practically leaking out of the walls. It's also a lot noisier than I thought it'd be. I couldn't have guessed Mortuga would basically be running a bed and breakfast down here.
It was already busy when you arrived?
Before the arrival of Mariana Moon, Dirk and I were the last two to join the gang.
It's kind of surprising there was still a bunk room free at that point.
Well, I wouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth.
What's it like sharing a room with Dirk?
Oh, we get on like a house on fire, 2 peas in a pod, that's us.
And what about everyone else?
It's a fascinating little microcosm, utterly discordant and yet somehow harmonious. At least that's how it felt before the captain was murdered.
Interesting. So, what were you doing the night of the murder?
Night rolls around and I can't sleep, as usual. I say night, I'm referring to the indistinctive block of time we on the submarine have agreed to collectively refer to as night. Anyway, I'm wide awake, so I stay up to get some writing done. I don't want to deprive Dirk of his beauty sleep, so I took my typewriter out into the mess hall.
Was anyone else in there?
Godric came up a few minutes later, brought some kind of busy work with him. So there we were, whiling away until I look up and see this woman, Mariana Moon, apparently. Good name. Probably fake, but good. She got straight to work trying to extract my entire life story, but then Mortuga shows up and we all go quiet. The guy looked miserable, and he passed straight through the room like a ghost. But before he leaves, he asks us to show Mariana around the submarine. I really didn't have the energy, so I made an excuse and left. I slept for barely an hour before a big jerk wakes me up. I'm not talking about Dirk. I mean, the submarine, it moved, tilted. Anyway, I tried to get back to sleep, but no. Now there's a scream. Dirk and I follow the sound all the way down the corridor. Symmetry's frozen in place in the doorway at the end. And behind her, Mortuga, dead, laying in front of some ancient stone cauldron. The lid of the thing flung open, like something had just burst out of it. The whole scene was otherworldly, like a painting. Then Madame Tadpole arrived, with just about everyone else trailing behind her.
Tadpole brought everyone with her, so she already knew about the murder.
From what I gather, she discovered the body and then left to go get everybody else. And you know, I really didn't want to get in her way, so I returned to my room to await further instruction.
Did you go back to sleep?
No, I couldn't. I went back to work. Figured I'd be better off keeping busy, you know.
So it wasn't actually Sim who discovered the body. According to this guy, it was actually Tadpole who discovered the body. And then they left and returned. And at that point, Sim, Dirk, and JD Worman himself had already arrived. Curious. Okay. I think I want to go meet these other suspects. Let's take a look around the room for a moment.
Some kind of doll.
I'd like if we could get to know everyone today before we wrap up.
Sally, no. It's a collectible action figure.
Same thing.
Not quite. Marcus Mordoom and the Hex of the Helmsman. Okay, so they have an action figure for this guy too. They've got the whole franchise going. We got a novel, we've got a movie, we've got toys. What's next? Are we gonna get some video games for Hex of the Helmsman? Hey, look, so Series 1 comes with Belicia Bone Top, Marcus Mordoom, and the Devil of the Deep. Oh my, okay. He sees it in his nightmares. He sees it when he shuts his eyes. He cannot escape from it. But what or who is it? And this is the same little advert that they used before on the actual book as well. Series 2 coming soon. Look out for Hex of the Helmsman 2. Only in theaters. Wait, how can there be a Hex of the Helmsman 2? He didn't finish the second book yet. He said that he was still planning, they were still planning a sequel. So they haven't finished the second novel yet. They're already advertising the next movie and the second novel's not even done. That's crazy work. Okay, got some dishes.
Submarine for ages and nobody's offered me a cup of tea.
You don't even like tea.
Still.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the submarine doesn't have a laundry room.
Perhaps it does and they're just too lazy to use it. I guess we'll see. Okay, so we've discovered 2 of our suspects. We've met Dirk and why can I never recall this guy's name? What is his name? JD Worman. I'm just gonna call him Worman. So we've met Dirk and Worman so far. Let's go find someone else. It looks like it wants us to investigate this room up here though. Is it gonna force that? No, I can go elsewhere if I choose to. I want to meet the other suspects, so we're gonna go to the cargo hold. Looks like we've got someone here. This looks like a boiler, like a furnace. Is that Tadpole?
Ah, weary travelers. Take a seat by the fire, shake out your boots.
We're not weary travelers.
Then why do you both look so haggard and trail-worn?
Ouch. There goes my self-esteem for the rest of the day.
We're detectives. I'm Grimoire, and this is Sally. We're here investigating the murder of Magnus Mortuga, your previous captain.
My captain? Oh, never. My captain is the moonlight as it shimmers across the lake. My captain is the wind as it whispers through the valley.
Who is this woman?
No idea. I kind of like her though.
My name is Moon. Mariana Moon.
Oh, this is Mariana, okay.
And what do you do?
I do not do. I simply am.
Okay, the only thing that is jumping out to me about the fact her last name is Moon and that she has this moon pendant on her neck is, look at this. The moon vial.
Should I?
Well, we just figured since there's a moon drawn on the label.
So because my name is Moon, all moon-related things must belong to me?
Even if it's not yours, do you have any idea what it is?
It's a herbal compound of some kind. Valerian, skullcap, chamomile, and seawater.
So, not poison.
Maybe it's medicine. Would those herbs do anything in particular?
I suppose it could be a sleep aid, like a mild sedative.
Interesting.
Curious. Okay. Now, tell us about yourself, Moon.
So, what, you're just some random traveler?
A traveler, yes, but random, Never. I'm here because I chose to be. I've been searching for the Mortuga submarine for some time, you know.
How come?
How come? This thing is the motherlode.
The motherlode of what?
Of whispered half-truth, of murky rumor, of stories unspoken.
Oh, like urban myths and stuff?
Right. Urban myths and stuff.
So you're a historian.
Historian, storyteller, rambler, ambler, fireside gambler.
How long have you been here?
Well, let's see. I arrived a few hours before the captain was murdered.
Oh, dang. Really?
Quite the story, isn't it?
But you're just on the submarine because you find it interesting.
Would that be such a crime?
No. Murder's a crime, though, pretty sure.
It is a bit odd that she arrived right before the murder. 2 hours, to be precise. And she doesn't really have a good explanation for why she's here.
A merciless wind rattles the rotting wood of the old silkworm harbour. The shadow of a vessel lurking low in the night black water. A mysterious stranger steps onto her foredeck. Cloaked in darkness, she slips inside the submarine. Who is she? What is her dark purpose?
It's you. We get it.
A mysterious stranger, I said. She descends into an ornate parlour, empty, save for a lone figure standing by the fire.
So, not empty.
He turns, his face still half hidden in flickering shadow. It is Captain Magnus Mortuga.
What was he like?
Nice guy. Stoic, but polite. Kind. He tells me to wait in the control room and then disappears off towards the back of the ship. After a little while, he comes back. But now, he's a slightly different man.
What do you mean?
The light is gone from his eyes. He seems sad, angry. He avoids my gaze as he crosses the room to take hold of the wheel. He tells me to head down the ladder towards the mess hall. Doing so, I encounter two gentlemen named Mr. Worman and Mr. Grip. Neither of them look like sailors, so I know they can't be crew. I assume they must be guests like me. And true enough, it transpires that Mr. Worman is a writer and Mr. Grip is, some kind of watch repairman. Captain Mortuga reappears, descending the ladder. He asks the two men to show me around the submarine and introduce me to the others. Then he disappears through the rear corridor. It's the last time I see him alive. Mr. Worman apologizes, explains he's too tired, and leaves through the opposite corridor. Mr. Grip, unable to come up with such an excuse, agrees to show me around. Now, I wrote this down in my diary, so I may as well let you read it. Imagine my excitement to finally get a good look around the Mortuga submarine. I was even given a tour by one of Mortuga's subordinates, a Mr. Godric Grip. We began by visiting a bizarre laboratory known as the Dream Chamber. It smelled of dried herbs and dusty glass, but was devoid of its dream custodian. An early disappointment. The captain's cabin was locked. Mr. Grip explained how Captain Mortuga mostly keeps this room locked when it's not in use. We climbed down into the living quarters, where a pair of bunk rooms sat at the end of a corridor. The first smelled of crane dust and unwatered flowers. A young woman was laying in her bed, poring over an old document. She hastily hid the document away and introduced herself as Miss Cynthia Seafoam, a name to remember, dear reader, as she will shortly become quite important. The second bunk room smelled of aftershave and desperation. The two men within, Mr. James Worman and Mr. Dirk Dansom, both appeared to be asleep, so we decided not to intrude. Next on the tour, a room inhabited, by the looks of things, by a young child who is also a stage magician. Sadly, this mythical child magician is nowhere to be seen.
The room at the very end of the hallway was sealed with a heavy bulkhead door. Mr. Grip dismissed it as a storeroom that only Captain Mortuga makes use of. Perhaps you'll agree with me, dear reader, when I suggest the peculiarity of a simple storeroom being sealed off with such a significant door. Mr. Grip took me down to the cargo hold. It smells of damp wood and tarred rope. Yes, I describe it in the present tense, for it is here I sit as I write this very diary. Next door, the engine room, burnished bronze and tea-stained parchment. I learned that it's something of a nest for Mr. Grip himself, and thus was currently unoccupied. Outside, I encountered a Dr. Zacharias Zephyr, the aforementioned keeper of the dream chamber. Surprised to see us, he nearly dropped the empty glass bottle he was carrying. Clearly wishing to remove himself from the situation, the good doctor muttered something inaudible and disappeared up the ladder. We continued on into the next room, which I was amused to discover was some kind of shimmering mermaid grotto. I smelled her before I saw her, the unmistakable mix of salt, seaweed, and sequined spandex. It can only be Madame Tadpole, a name which may be familiar to long-time readers of this diary. Tadpole and I caught up, while Mr. Grip skulked in the doorway, clearly hoping this would mark the end of the tour, but it did not, dear reader. It did not.
Right, so, yes, I can see there's one more room to visit. Mr. Grip insists it's just the bilge, a dark, dank and smelly place, ill-frequented by humankind. I tell him he couldn't have sold it to me better if he'd tried.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go ahead and call it on this one for now. We've only got about 20 minutes left for the stream, so I'm gonna actually hop into Fortnite and just check things out for a little bit. Mostly because I want to actually test the quality of the stream with Fortnite, because I've been having this issue where when we stream Fortnite, it like makes my game feel really slow and like kind of hard to play. So I want to see if this makes it any better now. So we'll go ahead and we'll save. I think it auto saves, in fact, but we'll go back to the menu just in case. And then we're just going to take a quick look at Fortnite. We'll jump in. We'll just play like a few games, you know, nothing crazy. I'm not even warmed up. It's not really going to be too much, but just to see how it is. And I'm going to see if I feel like it's any easier with this current setup, because that'll decide if we go back to Streamlabs next time or if we stick with the setup that we have right now. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and open this now, so bear with me for a moment, guys. The black screen won't be here forever. Because right now, we've switched to OBS because Streamlabs is like really heavyweight, so it didn't feel like it was running very well. And so this will be our test, and we'll see if it's actually better. Because the only thing we lose right now is I can't stream on TikTok this way. So it's like, it is a real loss, you know? Okay, why is it not showing? Set it to Fortnite. Try this again, maybe. There we go. That did the trick. I'll make sure this looks like the right size. Okay, I think we're good. So we got Star Shadow Void Blade. That's cool. She looks pretty cool. I like her so far, I guess. We're just gonna jump in to reload, and we're just gonna try it out. Just play some reload and see how things go. Let me see if I can get the webcam going too while we're here. I wasn't worried about it while playing Grimoire because I didn't know where to put it anyways. But on Fortnite, there's a couple spots that I know it's fine to place it. It doesn't really want to show up. I wonder what's going on. I guess I won't worry about it for now, but it's just like, it's something to mess with while I'm letting the game find a match. But it's like, it's not even showing up at all. For whatever reason. Come on. Come on, OBS. Don't do this to me. Okay, maybe if I remove it and then add a new one. A new video capture device. And then select this. There we go. I did the trick for now. Sorry, the light is probably super blinding in the back there, but for a 19-minute portion of the stream, I'm not really going to stress it. Okay. So far it feels pretty smooth. My frame rate is around 150 compared to my usual 200, so the frame rate definitely had a little bit of a dip. But I mean, as long as it's over 120, that should still be technically sufficient. So I think we're better off than usual anyways. Just head down to Camp Krusty. Camp Krusty's by this tall mountain, so it's not a terrible spot to be. Because you can just move your way up the mountain once you're looted, and it's pretty stable ground for almost every rotation, or for any circle. The only issue is if other people land up there while you're down here when you rotate up, because then you're going to be kind of in trouble. You need to make sure you have good mobility or you check it out first. But if not, we can still rotate to wherever, and it's probably fine. Just need to find a shotgun, though. See a blue chest across the water. I kind of want to get over there. But I also don't want to die for no reason, right? So I want my shockwave first. I'm just going to check out what's in these other nearby chests, and then we'll head over there. I'm going to go to a middle ground spot here so that I don't actually end up stuck in water. And just take a second to loot. Because now we got a shotgun. We got one more chest to open. Then I'd rather shock over. Where is it? Looks like it's this way. Because swimming across this is going to be kind of bad. So I'm actually just going to hang tight here for a second. Until I get my shockwave back. Because we know there's some people over this way. And I don't want to get myself killed by them. Yeah, we see an Ichigo coming through right now. Okay. Oh, that's not Ichigo. Is that Toby? Oh, I know. That's like a Simpsons character or something. I gotta be using the AUG for this. Okay, buddy. Sure. You got kind of lucky there, but it's okay. We're still alive. So we'll just turn on the fireplace and bunk it. Can I get the healing from inside the fireplace? I can. And then I actually want to just quickly grab these. And we'll just heal up a little bit. And then we're just gonna I want to head to the blue chest, but now that we're so low in HP and shields and everything, it might not be the wisest choice anymore. And with these guys over here. Okay. I can't tell if these guys are even real. They don't seem like they're real, so I'm not too concerned. So maybe it's okay to just be a little bit greedy and just go for the blue chest real quick while we're here. Take these splashes for HP, and then there's a big pot nearby too. I'm just gonna try to be quick about it. Grab this. Grab the big. And then I just want to use this med kit as well. The only thing I'm not sure is if I want to take the second grappler or not. I think I will. I'm gonna take it over the overdrive grenades for now. Now we're just gonna key. Now that we're all kitted, we'll refresh this. Easy enough. Just bounce, and we'll just take a look around. I don't know if anyone's here in the confidential area, or just like around the town square in general. Okay, we've got some gunfire over by the canyons. It looks like bots from here, honestly, though. But then again, everyone kind of looks like bots. Oh, these were definitely bots. There was some other gunfire that we started to see right at the end there. It was like up left somewhere, so I'm gonna try to head that direction. And hopefully these guys are a little bit more real. That wasn't the smartest choice, I don't think. It was kind of obvious to them, but I couldn't really go deeper into that tree. It's not really like a bush where you are fully hidden. So there was really no reason for me to do that. But it's okay. We got some good testing in for like seeing how the performance is what we're pretty much going for right now, so I think it's fine. I'd rather not have to carry the chainsaw. It works, like it's technically a way to get around, but I just don't really... I don't like using, because it's not a combat-centric form of mobility, you know? Like you can't pull it out while you're fighting someone and expect it to do anything good for you. So I prefer mobility that you can use in a fight. For sure. I'll grab some overdrives since they're here. Stack 6 of them. Just use a shock so that we're not wasting anything that doesn't replenish itself. Oh, Snikey, that guy got me kind of hard. Oh man, everyone was there. What? Crazy. No worries. Just gonna hold this while I wait for a shotty. Bruising it. Not seeing much. Just grab this big. We'll zip around for a second. Oh, look, there's a burger too. Gonna take the burgers. And I think I'm actually gonna... Oh, I probably should have used the big pot and kept the burger, now that I think about it. That might have been a mistake. I really need a shotgun, though. Got ourselves another blasty. Which I'm all about. Okay. They gave us some slightly useful toys to play with here. The embiggened assault rifle. And then some mobility. Still completely lacking in a shotgun, though. But c'est la vie, right? No big deal. Oh, hey, look, there we go. Now all is well. Everyone's happy. Myself included. And this guy's got a chainsaw, so we're just gonna swing over here. On a right hand. I missed my shot. That was unfortunate. It's kind of crazy. He was actually pretty quick about that. Is there someone here? This is kind of 50-50-ish right now. This is like, either this is great because there's good loot, or it's bad if someone was right here, then it would have been pretty bad, but... Okay, I think we're in trouble. If this guy pushes at me. Yeah. Oh well. I probably should have tried to shock out instead of being greedy. I wanted that in big and AR, and there was a bush nearby, so I was like kind of hoping maybe I'd get a chance to grab stuff and go into it, but truthfully, that probably wasn't the best call to stick around. And then honestly, even just landing there, I should have been a little bit more cautious. NT says, Lucian, thank you. Yeah, it was alright. I think we've got time for like one more. We can do one more full game here, I think. And then tomorrow, we'll be able to play a lot more Fortnite, and we'll continue with Mermaid Mask. I'm not sure which order we'll do tomorrow. If we'll do Fortnite first and then switch to Mermaid Mask, or if we'll start with Mermaid Mask and then switch into Fortnite again. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. I don't really have a preferred place to drop on this map. There's not like a singular POI that I like the most. It used to be Corruption Corners during the actual BR, but I don't know. I don't really like a lot of them. I don't like the power plant at all. I like Camp Krusty. Camp Krusty is good. Corruption Corners is still fine. The reason I liked it more before was because Lisa was there and we could do her quest really easily and usually get good loot, but like it's fine. I don't like landing in Springfield, no. Donut District's okay. Slurpworks is fine. You love the power plant, Lucian? I don't know. That building is like the glass on it is weird. It's so big and ratty. There's so many places where people can hide. It's just not a safe place to fight in. And there's not really any major benefit besides that you can do the power plant puzzle. And the loot that it gives you isn't even that particularly good. So I don't know. It's not really worth it to me. Like if you're gonna be there, it's obviously worth it. But like it's not worth landing there for it. And then I think it's still just like from a while ago, it was had anti-grav stuff that was driving me crazy, and I think that left a bad taste in my mouth too. I didn't like fighting with all that stuff on. But that's not here anymore, so that's no longer valid criticism. But here at least we can start with the tomatoes. So if we didn't find heals, we'd already have something we could use, you know? We could just grab some of these tomatoes and we'd be fine. Actually, I think I'm just gonna go by foot. It's not really gonna save me much time to use the blinky fish right now. Like, technically it would be better because there's no real downside. But it's just not really worth it. I don't care right now. These fish dropping in stacks of just one is just kind of disappointing. Like if it was in a stack of two, I would be far more likely to hold on to it. Because like now that we have a second one, I actually kind of want to go back and grab the other. But when it's just one of them, like the only thing I'm going to do with it is just eat it right away and then dash for like 2 seconds. And that's it. Oh, hey, look. We got some company though. I don't know where they actually went to, though. I do want to switch shotguns while we have a quick chance. Where did they go? I know I heard them for a second, but... Oh. Well, that answers that question. Oh, that was kind of close, though. Once we got that mammoth hit on him, we actually almost pulled that back together. What is this gold gun that someone just left here? Along with a pump and minis? Like, let's go? What a convenient starter kit to just land on right there. Did someone just go behind this rock? Like, right now? No, I'm delusional. Oh, wait. I'm not delusional, but do I actually want to get involved in this right now? I don't have enough mobility to play this. I'm just going to pull back to the bush for a second and see if I can get shots from here. Okay, one of them died. Someone else is coming up from below. Okay, looks like they had the crusty gun. Gonna heal up a little bit. Set these where I want them. And then we're gonna shock and then crusty at this guy. Oh, that wasn't even the same person though. So there's still one more over here and then the one down the hill. This guy's landing on me though. Man, I'm bad at these bush fights. I think I'm just shooting the shotgun too soon. Like, I'm not actually lining up a shot with it when I'm fighting in the bush. I treat it like it's like a random roll, and I can't do that. Oh, he had the DMR. I actually like this DMR quite a bit. Okay, that's unfortunate. That mammoth was actually my only chance to win that fight, and I whiffed it. The tomb bushes are rough, yeah, a little bit. It feels a bit weird fighting in them compared to normal bushes, for sure. Just need the shotgun, and then I'll fight this close. No, my mouse went out. My mouse went off the screen. That's really unfortunate. I hate when it does that so much. Is when I open my menu for a second, then my mouse can go off the screen, and then it disconnects. Okay, guys, sorry. I am gonna call it now. Hopefully you guys can stop back by tomorrow or something. I will be streaming again. I know we didn't really do very much Fortnite today, so my bad, but I got started pretty late today, that's all. But have fun. Thank you guys for stopping by. Peace and long life. Farewell.